Pa-pa-da-pa, pa-pa-da-pa.
Fratello the Rugby Podcast. The Italian Rugby Podcast. Fratello the Rugby Podcast. The Italian Rugby Podcast. The Italian Rugby Podcast. The Italian Rugby Podcast.
Benvenuti, welcome in a new episode of Fratelli di Rugby. Ciao a tutti. Ciao Mike, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. How you doing? You all right?
Pretty good. Tomorrow we're going to start again the normal life here in Bulgaria because it was Independence Day today. So pretty
Nice.
longer weekend is always good.
Nice.
Because I
nice.
don't have that Pasquetta stuff, the Italian Pasquetta, right? The Monday after Easter, which is something that I really miss. But I had this week, longer weekend, even better. So
Yeah.
really,
So,
really good.
is it like half term for you at the moment?
Kinda. We're gonna end up the trimester soon, and then we're gonna have another one until the end of June. We are in school.
Very nice. Hey, there we go.
And here I see a jungle of animals here. We have Paolo with some lions. We have Josh with some zebras. Josh, I'm sorry, mate, but you have to wait because we're gonna go all deep into Benetton performance of the week. We're gonna keep going with speculation. We have a couple of news more about that too. And just because I love to spend my 10 minutes time thinking about new stuff, we have the intro to speak about Benetton.
Benetton Treviso. Benetton Treviso. Benetton Treviso. Benetton Treviso.
So here we go with the sad, traditional, almost South American style, right? A little bit borracho music, like when you're
Yeah.
drinking too much, it's late at night, and you think about your beautiful love that is gone. And sometimes love's ends and you have to drink, and that is what happened this week. There was some issues about love in the team, about the performance. We're talking about a sad day for Benetton. It really hurts if we have to say, because we were pushing a lot to have a win in Connacht, Mike, in Galway. We were thinking about that.
Yeah.
Right.
You messaged me before the game and you said thoughts, and I said must win. That's it. It was a must-win game, I think, for Benetton. Listen, it's not. They still got good opportunity to make the playoffs, but it's tougher now, isn't it, Otto?
It is, Mike, because the game was there, but then it blew away between decision of the attacking decision of Benetton, and also they do the pretty decent job, Connacht, because they score a lot of tries, they move a lot of ball, so they were able to play their style, I will say, because that was really a style that I remember from Connacht. I saw one of the best games of Ioane in this second part of the season. Let's say after
He was
November.
brilliant. He
He
was
played
brilliant.
really well. So let's go deep into this game. Of course, we're talking about the struggles of Benetton winning game that came just after the Bortolami week, we can say, because we spoke a lot more about Bortolami than this game.
Yeah.
So that is a thing. I didn't see any cameras pointed out for the coaching staff this week, which is weird because usually Bortolami is always in the cameras too. If we want to keep going with the speculation stuff about this.
Do you think he's leaving then? As in, like he's left the coaching already, or do you think he's
No, I think he's still there, but there was speculation about like he's not fully in charge
coaching?
already.
Yeah, I've got you.
Yeah, that is the point there. But
do you want to explain that for people who don't know?
So what happened is that Bortolami has signed 2 years ago a contract, 1 year ago, a contract until the 25-26 year season.
Yep.
But last week there was this comunicato from Benetton saying that they're gonna split at the end of the season, so he's gonna step down as a for coaching position at the end of this season. The roads are different for Benetton and for Bortolami, but we don't know what's gonna happen next. So we are
Yeah.
all in this cloud of chasing the biggest rumor, chasing the biggest speculation, supposition, what's gonna happen. And I see already here a lot of chat about what is gonna happen. A lot of media spoke about this. So this happened last week in a game that Treviso has to win. So this is the situation that we're gonna go deep into with you guys too. But talking about this game, Mike, what shine was really bad for you?
Obviously there was that glistening sort of 17 minutes in the first half where like everything worked, right? The attack flowed, they got it out wide. Fekito was hitting hard lines and providing space on the wing. And that's obviously the great, right? Score 3 unanswered tries. Clearly something was really, it just clicked. It looked good as well. Mendy was popping up all over the place. Albornoz with some like questioning kicks for Connacht. And then the second half, what disappointed me the most was how passive Benetton were in the contact, into contact, like particularly around the 60-minute mark. They were just winning all the collisions, and we know, what happens if you just keep losing the collisions. One thing I want to be really, really positive about though is set piece. The scrum is sensational. Best scrum, offensive scrum penalties in the URC. One of the commentators say, which surprised me, but because obviously there's big South African teams, but fair play. It looks like that's a focus point, and it makes sense because again, Bortolami loves that anglicized type game.
Who loves that.
Yeah,
96% of success in the scrum and 5th for a scrum won against the opposite team. So pretty decent numbers for the scrum. Absolutely, that was good. But then, Mike, I think I want to pick one of your points, which is losing the collision. Because in attack and was in defense too, because they were able to find a lot of short gap, but every time we're 2 meters, 5 meters, other 3 meters, and then you can go wide. And in a situation well defended, then for example in the first try of the game for them, the winger is faster than Gallagher, so he passed him just on pace. But it was well defended, but there was a lot of holes before in the middle of the field. So that really surprised me, because usually we spoke about the defensive style of Venator usually works. They can create from defensive situation really good transition. We talk about the coach too, Mike, about McCree, which is the coach in charge. And there was also Salvi last year between collision and defensive that didn't work, which is also appealing.
Yeah, I think the point that you made about the collisions is the one that for me was the most disappointing, because a lot of the players were fresh, right? There's no reason as to why they couldn't do what they were trying to do. And on top of that, I thought it was one of those where had we seen a better development of the game, like in defense in particular, right, where, like you said, they were shoring up, they were shortening the defensive line really quickly, and like you said, having front foot ball and being able to ship the ball and not slow down. So if you're going to lose the contact, you need to at least be effective at slowing down the ball. We couldn't do that, and that takes next to no effort. Obviously, I'm saying that because there's ways of doing it, right? And there's ways that you shouldn't be doing
Absolutely.
it, but it takes next to no effort to slow the ball down. And that for me was the most disappointing. I would have loved to see, okay, if we're gonna lose the collisions, which frankly, like, there's no reason why we should have, at least don't give them quick ball. Don't give them both.
Yeah, they had both. They have good situation. And who is the player that for you shined the most in this hard fight? There were
Uh,
few people, I think, they can be mentioned, but they were not that good enough because then defeat was the result. But probably there was some players to save in a certain way.
yeah. I mean, for me, Gallo was sensational. He's just so consistently good as well. Gallo like got front foot ball from a standing start. He does the Seb like role quite nicely, considering that it lacks.
He soaked
So
defenders really well.
so well. I mean, defensively, obviously, it's different. It's not as great, but like in terms of standout player, he is world class. Like he is world class.
Let's see what's gonna happen. You mentioned Mendy, and Mendy had a good game too. I mean, good weeks. I would say because he's coming as a player that wants to be involved in the game, trying to play more. He's scoring tries, which is always good for a winger to have that. Il fiuto per la meta, Mike. The smell of a try, something that like you have it, and
Yeah.
that's great. I'm wondering if he's gonna be called for the short camp for Conte Pomi in Europe for Pumas.
I don't know. Can I be honest with you? Mendy, for how he plays, I don't think he suits how he's looking to play. Like Darcy Graham, obviously he comes in midfield and he's darting around but that's because he's little and agile. Mendy is powerful, but he's not like a Van der Merwe powerful that can
He's light.
afford to do that.
He looks light in a sense.
He's like in between, isn't he? Somewhere in between. So the style of which he plays, or the style of which I say Benetton are trying to play him, I don't think does him justice because he's a player where you want to give him a one-on-one on the wing, and he'll make the right decision and he'll try and go around them. That's what we want to see from Mendy. I didn't quite like the fact that we were, or Benetton were trying. They're trying to get him more involved in the game, as you should, because he's a quality player, but in the right places on the right terms. And I think that's one thing where it didn't work. That didn't work. He was popping up everywhere. He's a nuisance, but it wasn't as effective as maybe maybe a Darcy Graham, or they're the best comparisons on the style that he wants to play.
I will go through a couple of messages here. Of course, I'm gonna skip all those parts about coaching and rumors. We're gonna talk about this a little bit later on. This is interesting by Phantom. Look, slow going back and fast going forward. It's interesting because it was like that in a certain way. He kicked really well. I don't know how much he wanted to kick in that way, that pass for Mendy, but he did it. So good for him. Krevi was poor. This is a point, Mike. I wasn't expecting this kind of performance by Pumas, etc., etc. We can speak for many minutes podcast wise about him, how good he was, but he didn't convince me in this last game.
Otto,
Not good, Mike.
If not now, when? Otto, like if not now, when? Like he's had. I think I said it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. You give him the benefit of the doubt because he hasn't played and he's unfit, and he is unfit. But there's no excuse because he didn't play 60 minutes. He didn't start the game. He played 20 minutes, and yeah, he was poor. Like I think it's fair to say, unfortunately, right, one missed line out. Then when we got the ball, I think it was the 74th minute or 75th minute. Like going
up.
Yeah, there was no reason to attack the blind there when there was no reason to do that. Got lucky, obviously the ball got ripped back, and then line out wasn't as clean and we didn't get the ball, and that's not necessarily his fault.
But still, it hurts when you go looking all the action involved by him.
That's it, Otto. Right. Rugby's a game of components, isn't it? And if all the components are working well and everything clicks, great. But if something is 2% off or 3% off, and you have to start a run, let's say a pass is half an inch too slow or half an inch too low, and you have to pick it up like closer to your feet, and you can't go into contact looking up and stuff. All of those things contribute, and like especially at line out where it's like multiple components. You have your lifters, you have your jumper, you have if something is 2% off, it makes a massive difference. So he needs to improve quickly, mate. In my opinion, he needs to improve quickly.
I have another question for you, for the even Federico, Josh, Phantom, who I saw up there, Paolo, Adam, if they want to answer here or later in the comment. But this is a question for you, Mike. Who is the player that you think they are missing the most in this?
Nicota. Oh, sorry.
Okay, that is a good call in general. Nicotera as a worker, but if you have to pick players that they are part of Benetton, but they're not national team, so they're not involved during the Six Nations window with the national team.
Brex.
Who's the player? Okay, take off all the Brex, Menoncello, Ruzza. Is there another player that you think it's really missing into the attack?
So
the name for me is Ratave. That's why I want to go there in case you agree with me. Is it?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Ratave?
They need he magics stuff out of nothing, right? But I think if we're talking about injured players, then a dog will look really good before he left. Liner was starting to find his feet just before he got injured.
That's true.
Like if you take those three players, right, and all of a sudden we're talking who gets dropped: Gallagher, Mendy, Smith. Who gets dropped? Like, it's crazy to think how unfortunate. I was going to say poor fortune. Some of these players have had, because we know what a Dogwood can do at his best. We know what Liner can do at his best. These are top talents, and yeah, Ratave as well was just he's so dominant in attack. So yeah, I agree. Like, I think maybe that whole back line, like, let's what could have been this season had they been fit. Interesting.
Yeah, at least I'm thinking, okay, we probably in the best scenario you will have Laina Genodogo with the national team involved in the camp, so you're not gonna see them maybe during the weeks in and out of the Six Nations. But probably Ratav is that player that if he can create something magic from nothing, and he's not and he's there. He's not with Fiji, and he's a key player.
Yeah. Can I be honest? There's one player that I'm sort of disappointed that I haven't been seeing more of, and I don't know if he's injured or not. But Drago would have done it would have been interesting to see him play, because I think Fekatoa looks tired. He looks overplayed.
He played a lot this season. That's true.
Played a lot, yeah. And he's, like, to his credit, actually, I think the last sort of 3 or 4 games has probably been at his best. But like, he's a player that we want to try and keep to sort of the latter ends now. And Zanon came on. He played pretty well, obviously. But sorry, Zanon started, and then obviously we had Andrea, and like, I just personally I don't see it too much. Marin, yes. Federico, at least you asked, yes. When will we see the return of the Mac?
Never.
Return of the Mac. Where is he?
I don't know what's gonna happen with him, man.
Where, like, mate, this game would have been perfect for him. Even at center, that game would have been perfect for him.
But even everywhere, Mike. And at that point, that I want just to let him see him playing. Yeah. That is something. Next round for the URC, Benetton will face Edinburgh. Mike, they got now. I'm not that confident, but I hope they will change because they're gonna play home again. So after the first game against Ulster, maybe this is gonna help again, building some confidence. And Itzegor spoke about the finals. We have 7 finals until the end for the URC for the playoff. We missed the first chance now, so we have now only other 6 games where we have to do our best to prove a point, like that. And for me, the point is that we are good and we have to be part of the playoff. Last year we
Good
ended
enough.
up fighting and at the end, but we have to fight and make points before South Africa. It is always weird.
Otto, there's no excuses for Benetton, in my opinion. They're good enough. Like the players are far good enough. There's no excuses for them not to be a playoff team. None. Not a single one.
No, that's true. Let's see, Mike. Literally, I was really confident. Okay, let's go. They started well this game, and then went in this way, and really bitter. I know
Some of the tries were so soft though, as well. Like for me, that hurt like a little bit as well. Like especially the maul tries. Also the maul tries, the pick and go tries, like that no excuse to give up such soft yards close to your try line.
The yards before, that's true.
Yeah, that's it. Like coming into the 22, making like 2, 3, 4 meters of carry in your 22, there is no excuses for that. None.
Let's move quick into this part about the coaching, so then we can go. Mayon Shell is fantastic.
Love that.
And May scored a second try. He's playing a center. Usually he's playing 13. He played 2 games at 13. One game came in and he plays at 12, but he scored 2 tries in the last 2 games against Aurillac.
Lads, check out Otto's video on that. You did a review on him this week, or was it last week?
Yes, but they are on my Patreon on site, but they are there.
There you go.
And talk about Italian players in France. Capozzo scored a game.
Easy.
Varney scored against Capozzo. And then Mori, red card, croc roll after 5 minutes in the second half, came in from Tuilagi. So probably, even if we thought about speculation for the team coming for the last game, what happened?
How bad was
it? Baptiste Genot, the number 9, that is so good for Clermont, went out on Barella, you call it, on the little beds.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know how you call it.
So the same as like Spaniolo, it'll probably be like a 3-week suspension. Yeah,
3, 6. He's pretty good with his, I think, behavior, red card, stuff like that. So probably he's gonna have less, but still, Mori is not in the. Ciao Mori, ciao Mori. Get ready for South Africa. Okay, that's what we need.
Yeah.
But so the last talk about Adam started from the beginning. Any chance of Andrea Masi coming back to Benetton to take on the head coach? Fischetti is in the list of convocati. Isn't too badly injured. Fischetti is with the team, and Ioane is in the team for the national team. So that is a thing. And of course, I'm going to just go through because McRae, the defensive coach, is suggested to be the new coach, but then we have to see because there are a lot of rumors of other teams changing, Mike. So we don't know how the puzzle, how this jigsaw is going to work for
Serie A
everybody.
elite ones. Yeah.
Serie A elite players coming up and down. Marcato, that is already usually with the team, is going to come in the team. So I'm wondering what's going to happen with the attack with him. Santa Maria Lodi out. There going to be some changes into the academia.
On the speculation piece, if we can, on this bit, right? On the Santa Maria, like where are they going to go? Because they're not bad coaches. Do you know what I mean? They are very good coaches. So
the things depends, Mike. First of all, the kind of contract you have, because we have a centralized contract with the federation, so the federation can put you everywhere, wherever they like. Okay, so
and the franchise of Zebre is central, like owned by the Phil, right? So, what are your
but
thoughts?
the point is that next year seems like the two academies that we have, the Benetton Academy under 23 and the Parma under 23 Academy, they will gonna be centralized into one academy in Parma. So probably going to be part of that academy, these coaches, or they're going to go part of the staff of under 18, under 19. They can, who knows, maybe they can move to women's, they can go in the side. So it's pretty a mess about that. Lodi going to the under 18s. Gian Domenico should come after years to coach with the under 20s. Men's after how many 15 years with the national team women's, so yeah, and so it's pretty hard to pick now, like
It is
literally we don't know
exciting
what
as well, though, isn't it?
is exciting because also let's see, maybe with Bortolami out there's gonna be space, if it's not next year, in 2 years, maybe for Masi to come and having a part in Benetton. Hey, maybe Paris will move in a couple of years. He's gonna move there for a couple of years, then to move up after the after somebody else is gonna be part maybe of the national team. Speculation.
Do you think he would be head coach straight away? What are your thoughts? Like, be honest. Like, do you think
no. Yeah,
assistant?
Man, I want a 4 years project with a coach that no matter what, we're gonna be trusting in that. I want to see numbers about how we're gonna develop these players.
They've ready.
How we gonna get those 50 caps each players, Mike, in 4 years to
Yeah. So I'm gonna say we invest money in a good coach and not hire people for no reason. And I think we hire, like, for me, maybe because like I see the Premiership and stuff, and I see the best Premiership managers, and I've seen the URC managers. Not always, in fact, very rarely, the best Irish manager is the best manager in the URC. The best Irish manager works in the top 14, and all of the Irish managers, particularly looking at Leinster, that have come typically aren't Irish, right? They're, Lancaster was, there for a long period. Look, my point is, why do we have to hire Italian coaches when there is a distinct lack of Italian coaches? There is few, very, very few, right?
That's true.
So partly that's the problem. So partly I would like to see, as part of the elite pathway, we see more Italian talent, right? Because our coaches are good. It's just there's few of them. Brunello's proved that, really. And the other side to the coin is, in the short term, we're going to have someone who basically understands how to develop talent, like you said, Otto, and has someone like, I don't know, maybe like Crowley, who ran the age grade at New Zealand. Like, he was like perfect profile. So we need someone with a similar sort of profile. That's my opinion, mate. When it comes to Benetton, we've got young players who are talented, or you find someone who can build a team, someone who knows how to build a team.
So I'm gonna push a speculation of Adam. So Masi works because he was former Wasps under academy coach.
Yeah, he works. He's a perfect profile. But that's again, it depends on what Zebra's position in all this is. So again, speculation, right? The one thing that we're going to talk about here is, like, is it going to be Zebra's responsibility to get players to a certain standard, and then they're going to transition to Treviso? I mentioned this 2 weeks ago in our pod. I mentioned it again last week. That,
you
for
like
me,
this idea?
I don't get it, Otto. Like, what is a development? Like, we need to understand what development franchise means, because if we're looking at Connacht, and that's the point, they just shipped their best talent to the other three provinces. So is that going to be what we're doing? We're just having a stepping stone to Benetton. Is that what the plan is? These are questions.
I hope not. And I'm wondering how they're gonna work with the cut of the funds next year for some players that are showing their best. Actually,
They're going to go. They can't afford them. They won't be able to afford them. The best players will leave.
And of course, we have Josh pushing on the Connacht that didn't work that long period of time in that match. Talk about Connacht, this is being renewed by the central contract. The winger, the Australian winger that now I don't remember. McHanson.
Yeah. So, but the point is, Otto, I think this is a tough conversation, admittedly, for like a lot of us who want Zebre to succeed. It's a conversation we need to have, right?
Exactly. And for example, Federico is saying the best players of Benetton abroad, so like a pyramid with an open top for the go abroad the players there, and Zebre is gonna like do the hard work, because you need to find a good prospect, and then from there you have to move it up. And the best players, so from under the bottom, the clubs, they move straight to Zebre is interesting. So, for example, Federico, if you suggest this, means that Gallorini should move to Zebre and then to Benetton. I'm wondering.
I see nothing wrong with that.
Right, she works into that, but let's see. But apart from roots, and players gone from Zebre to Benetton could grow further. Probably the only one is Padovani. It was better because he found an area, maybe. But let's see. Mike, we start speaking about Zebre, and of course, Josh is really happy because he started posting zebras on our on the commentary. But I would like to remember everybody to put a like on this streaming on YouTube. Today we are on YouTube, and of course, subscribe to this channel. It's free. I mean, I say everything, it's free. Just do it. 1 second of your time and everything is gonna be great. Canadian de France, Ligata to Benetton. But let's move to Zebre anyway, Mike, because half hour between speculation and everything. Let's go.
Zebre Parma, Zebre Parma.
Much more happy, right? The music for Zebre Parma in this week.
In the 1920s, we just got transported back, didn't we?
Charleston, Unglorious Zebras, we can say, like, kind of. Unglorious Zebras.
Love it.
Third in a row.
Three in a row.
Third game in a row. Pretty surprising. Okay, for some reason Josh likes it. I'm gonna send it to you, Phantom. Please, Juventus. No. To start talking about Zebre, Mike, I will put this up. With just quick comparison of a couple of stuff between points between Benetton and Zebre. Of course, let me take off our logo up there so everybody can see it. If I will be able to, yes. So there is a point difference that is not that far away from each other, 66 to 72. There is a lot more points conceded by Benetton, Mike, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
More points conceded by Benetton, more points scored by Benetton. Conceded tries 44 Benetton, 36 by Zebre, 31 scored by Benetton, 25 by Zebre. Just 3 points difference in a week that actually... What happened with Connacht is that nobody's happy. Only Connacht is happy if we think about like how good was to move this ladder in a way and the other one, but at the end moved only in the way for Connacht to improve. But the game, how?
Hey.
Vai.
Yeah, I obviously Zebre just. They're playing a really nice brand at the moment, and like for me, it's the maturity that they're showing. They're like, even when things aren't going their way, I think last season, And I think this is the biggest change. When people ask, what do I think the biggest change of Zebre last year against this year from, under Brunello, I think it's the mentality, isn't it? It's the belief that they, even when things are going shit, they can find a way. And they're like these warriors that just like can find a way, and they'll find a way. And obviously the players that have come in have added massively. They net positive across the park, but it's, for me, it's the fact that everyone just still believes, like when things aren't going their way, they find a way.
Santo Stabile said Phantom, fifth best defense. Yes, I agree with you. Is the fifth best defense by Zebre at the moment. Mike, was one of those games where we saw the Zebre playing their style, and probably what I love the most from this game is the scoring the try just after, before the end of the first half, and right after the first two. There were two tries, one after the other. There wasn't any possession, the opposite 50s before those two tries. That was fantastic. But also think about the first try, came straight for the first possession, down in the corner, Moll. So that for me was great, Mike, because usually we suffer those situations against us. Those situations, they always goes against us, Benetton, Zebre, Italy. And it's so nice when you can control in a certain way the game, and then you fight back your position. Santo Stabile, here's one Paya more than Fekitoa, but the player that was the Zebra of the week for you in a certain, who was the Zebra of the week, the silent player of the week? You tell me.
I mean,
if you think
I
about a player
can't look. Sorry, I was gonna say I can't look past how dominant Licata was in all areas of the pitch. But then again, like, that's the unsung hero. For you, who was the hero of the week, not the unsung hero? Because there's one person that stands out the most, right?
Maybe one for this week is still Gregory. Come on, Gregory. Let's go with
Gregory. I said in the chat I thought he was one of the best players, and I thought Darre was brilliant as well.
It was, Mike. It's nice when you see they finally find the way to show how good they are, and that is something. As we were chatting about Darre last couple of weeks, and we said about like he played more minutes this season than the last three with Benetton in UC. Even when he started throwing those balls on the ground, because the 3 balls straight down, still he managed to create that pass break for Garcia. He kicked well. He was pretty good on the catches too, air catches. It's good.
Gregory in the air was imperious, though.
Throwing only one pizzas. But yeah, Gregory was imperious. Gregory used to play there 15, and then he's been moved around the center wing, but was a kind of a fullback. He seems to be reborn, Federico said. Yeah, seems a different player. Seems like the second year of the international players, they worked better. Seems like Paya too. Paya is closing every gap as a 13, and it's another good option. Let's see what's going to happen. 2 different players, if I have to answer this. 2 different players. One is being like never been that good as Fekitoa. Fekitoa is older. He has to manage himself differently than Paya, I have to say. At the moment, one is playing good and they're winning. The other one is playing his best, but they're not scoring that many tries. But both are solid at the moment, I would say. Then the limits of both players are different, but they're yes, we read that too about this. That ain't no good. Mike, we saw Nikolai playing almost 40 minutes the scrum is going well in general, I think, with Zebre, even with the changes. Di Bartolomeo, I was thinking about when Jack Ferrari said a player that you think has a potential, but we didn't see him, and he mentioned Di
Dion.
Bartolomeo. No, he
Oh
mentioned Di
yeah, that.
Bartolomeo too, because he said no, he's not playing, but he's good.
Mate, he's so good. He's so good. He is so good. Like, in terms of how much he's grown, I said this last week. I feel like I'm talking about him a lot, but the amount that he's grown in the last season, the amount that like he has improved over the last few games, he has been unreal. He has been such, and frankly, like I don't think he's too far off the other two. I genuinely think if he keeps progressing, if he gets another season, maybe back end of next season, we're having this discussion, or maybe we're like, who do we pick? Do we pick him out of Nigodera Lucchesi? Like, who do we pick? Like, that's what I want. And like, you want 3 strong hookers, and we've never had the option of doing that. Like, even at our best, right? We struggled with our second and third options. We always had like one really dominant hooker. Man,
Yeah,
like he's at national team. He's welcomed, very welcome. So let's see how that works out.
Mike, I have a little game for you.
Go on.
Okay. So back in the days, a long time ago, because now we spoke about 2 victory abroad for the Zebre, and then Zebre won against Dragons. But can you mention me, let's say, 3 players? Okay, let's start with 3 players that they won against the Dragons couple of years ago, like Zebre Parma 23, Dragons 18 in the round 17 of 2021.
Okay, so I want to say BG straight away.
Yes. Who was the prop, loose-head prop and tired prop in this game?
I want to say Fischetti.
Yes.
And I want to say Zilocchi.
Nope.
Well, he probably was injured, right?
Oh, you said injured. Should I do charade? Kinda.
Oh, was it? Oh, was it? Oh, Young Yon. Oh, nice.
Yes, Yon. Then second row locks. Who?
Zambo and
Yes.
Fumo.
No.
Furno.
No.
Who was playing then? I'm trying to work out who was playing then.
Hey, if you want a fresh beer, you go there usually.
If you want a fresh what, sorry?
If you want a fresh beer, you go there to get one.
It's more confusing for me. Go on, give me that one.
The fridge, Dave Sisi.
Oh, all right, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, yes, okay, David, yes.
Crazy back row. One just went to the Big Brother Italy. It's been part of Big Brother, Grande Fratello. Yes.
Oh, I have no idea.
Me neither. I just know that it was there.
And Banda?
Yes, Banda.
Licata? Oh, wait, he's gone to celebrity. He's gone.
He did that. He's already out of the house.
Yeah, I bet.
So Maxime Banda, number 6, yes. Yeah. Number 7.
Licata, he's old enough, right? Yeah, he's got to be.
He's not in this team.
Yeah, I was going to say Giamarioli was probably my next one, but he was in London Irish. He was in London Irish. He moved.
So he's not there. My God.
What's his name? Fox Matamua.
Number 8. And there is another one like Matamua, New Zealand, Italian. He represents Italy too as a flanker, number 7. Who was that guy?
No, I was going to say Scott Robinson. That's like years ago. Yeah.
The name is Jimmy. Did he say something to you?
Oh, to Vati.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
9 and 10.
Okay. Violi was gone by then, right? So it was probably full score.
No,
It
was
was Violi.
Chris. Do you remember Chris something?
Oh, yeah. What's his name? Chris.
The
Not
chef.
you mean Cook? Cook. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, Cook.
the chef.
And
Number 10,
and
mate.
then 10. Oh, it was Owen, Josh's favorite. What's his name?
Crypto.
Was it Eden?
No, my favorite. Another one.
Gun.
No, the other one. The one. What if?
Oh, the one that was What If.
1 year wonder, kinda.
Oh, you're not talking about what's his name? The little one that's gone
The
to
Italian.
Israel. What's his name?
To Dubai. Antonio Rizzi.
Yeah, Rizzi, that's it. Yeah. Sorry, after the last game I saw of him, I sort of expunged his name from my memories.
Centers, Mike.
Oh,
The mathematician is one.
the mathematician.
Bachelor degree in math at university. Who can be Enrico Lucchini, Mike?
Oh yeah, no, so he's got a degree in maths,
maths.
is he? Yeah, fair enough.
Of
He looks like a mathematician, to be fair. And he looks
Well, he looks like a beautiful mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cronja's probably a good bet. Yeah, it was.
Exactly. And now
Okay,
the
wings, Bruno, maybe.
No. If I do this, let me see how he's in the pictures.
Is that Trulla?
No, Trulla gang. But Trulla, yes, is one of them. Gang.
Right.
Gangs of Trulla. The other one is, of course, is gonna be Zebre Perma 23, Dragons 18. One is Trulla, the other one is there is only one number 11 at Zebre, which is
it's not Jesse.
Jesse.
In 2020?
2021. Fullback, okay. Mike.
Pani, then.
No, short
fullback.
Fighter, but pretty short fullback.
Trying to work out, is it the one where they had that floppy haired guy?
Floppy head guy, but the
Do
name
you know about the Pacific Islander, the one that had like
Jew? No, the one with the yes.
Yeah. That's who we're talking about.
Laloifi.
Yeah, was it him?
Junior Laloifi. And then from the bench, Ribaldi, Buonfiglio, Bello, Gabriele Venditti, Mike.
Yeah.
Andreani, Fusco, Tim O'Malley, and Michelangelo Biondelli. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, what happened to Biondelli? He looked like he had a lot of talent.
Biondelli, Fiamme Oro.
Okay, cool. Is he playing well? Because he's from Kenya, isn't he, originally? He's from
Biondelli's from Kenya.
Yeah, he's from. I think so. He's from like a. He's unless I've made it completely up. I'm pretty sure he's not. Or maybe Zimbabwe.
This is new for me. But Biondelli is playing. He's in Roma.
Let me fact check myself quickly.
Yeah, check on that.
Yeah.
Come on. We have to. Went to Fiamme Oro, of course. So this is a little bit of this. Mamma mia. What a game. And I didn't want to take another game, Mike, because it was the season before too. It was the Benetton Zebre.
Ignore me. Ignore me. I don't know who was. There is someone who was, but it's not him.
It's not Seb Negri.
No.
That's crazy. Yeah. But Mike, next week they have next round Sharks Abroad. Which kind of team you bring to South Africa? Your best team,
Yeah, I think so. Like, there's no reason. I think you're right, Phantom. I think there's no reason as to why we couldn't sneak a victory there, mate. I think obviously the scrums are going to be a really interesting battle, right? And then obviously they're going to try and probably like attack the the like rucks, and they're going to try and attack like the contact, and they're probably going to try and just unlock via offloads, which we know is effective against teams that have a defensive structure. So I think free pass, mate, free pass, and Zebre are dangerous. I think they're going to make a lot of teams worry. I think that's quite like an interesting point as well.
It is because we are reached the point of this season where you have to put your best team kinda to play this kind of game, because you don't know what's gonna happen in case you find a Zebre that doesn't care about losing. They're just playing and playing, and they have this kind of freshness in defense. I don't remember who mentioned before the defense. They're really structuring defense, Mike. They have the tackler all up, push hard. They're doing a lot of dominance tackles. Those are really strong. And I saw players like Krumov, Mike, playing also their best games in the last weeks. After Mats, of course, because he's probably the sensation of the last weeks as a center, or is the one that shined the most. But who else do you think mentioned? Cistolini. Yes, Josh. He said he will cut his beard, and I will be shocked too after that. But anyway, what I said last week, I'm gonna paint my beard, something like that.
Or if they hit the playoffs.
Yes. No, they won the playoff. But
I think if they get to the playoffs, you said you were gonna tattoo a Zebre like logo on the back of your head.
Here, there is no space right here.
Clip it, boys, clip it. There you go. He said.
only for content. No, I can do it. Josh, you need a tattoo of the Zebre Parma. Now you have to pick the logo, but you see,
I'll tell you what, I'd get one. If they win, I'll get one. I genuinely would get one.
Easy. We're gonna find the space on the skin.
Somewhere.
Mike, we're going also into the next game, which is gonna be Italy-England. England-Italy. You're gonna be at the stadium. Fantastic. And there was the team out, but probably gonna do a quick preview together. We're gonna organize in a way that you guys can listen and you can tell us what you think about, because of course we are waiting for news about the team and what's gonna happen. Of course, one of our favorite, George Martin, is not into the squad for England, and is another point. Nice, Brunello, but Brunello screaming the meme that we have.
Love it.
Team is worried, and I know everybody's worried. They have to be worried, because I think we have to play more and play better. But we're going to talk about this in another moment. So, Mike, Zebre won. Everybody happy. Benetton lost, so not happy at all. Not angry, actually.
Yeah.
But now we have to stringiamoci a corte, let's all unite, because we have a really hard game, and I hope everything is going to be smooth, because then in 2 weeks it's going to be Ireland in Rome. 2 tough games to finish the Six Nations is already gone, but hey, better than nothing. Phantom that is asking Ioane, Alan, Capozzo, let's talk about this during the week with another episode of Fratelli Rugby that of course is going to be on YouTube for each of you. And of course, if you want to join our WhatsApp chat, if you want to be on Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram and everywhere else. So, Mike, have a nice week, and see you really soon. We're going to talk about Italy deeply.
Let's go.
Ciao, ciao.
Fratelli the Rugby Talkers. The Italian Rugby Talkers. Fratelli the Rugby Talkers. The Italian Rugby Talkers. The Italian rugby popped us. The Italian rugby popped us.